I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into front page news. Yankees are home. Yankees are home. That's right. They lost their wild card game last night. They lost to Boston 6-2. Now tonight, WNBA, the Sky take on the Sun, and the Mercury take on the Aces. Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
Well, let's talk about this Facebook whistleblower, Frances Haugen, a 37-year-old former Facebook product manager. Mm-hmm. She worked on civic integrity issues at the company, and she was questioned by a commerce subcommittee about what Facebook-owned Instagram knew about the effects that the platform was having on young users, amongst other issues, and national security concerns, understaffing, things like that. Here's what she had to say about government regulation of Facebook.
When we realized big tobacco was hiding the harms it caused, the government took action. When we figured out cars were safer with seatbelts, the government took action. And when our government learned that opioids were taking lives, the government took action. I implore you to do the same here. Today, Facebook shapes our perception of the world by choosing the information we see. Even those who don't use Facebook are impacted by the majority who do. A company with such frightening influence over so many people, over their deepest thoughts, feelings, and behavior, needs real oversight.
She also says she believes Facebook's products harms children, stokes division, weakens our democracy, and she said the leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people. Congressional action is needed. They won't solve this crisis without your help.
You know, question, she's considered a whistleblower because she worked there, right? So what about the great documentary, The Social Dilemma, which essentially says all of the same things? Were they considered whistleblowers too? I don't know.
I guess you have to also talk before the Senate panel and do all of the, so she's actually testifying.
Either way, they're all correct. And I guarantee, in the future, we're going to see the impact of social media on the human brain. Like, our social media habits are not normal. And I can also hear y'all saying, no, you can't regulate social media. They're taking away our freedom. Y'all ain't got no freedom because you slaves to your damn smartphones.
All right, and as you said, it's not the first time that there's been a whistleblower coming forward about Facebook, but this is the first time that it's been the subject of congressional hearings. No, it's not the first time it's been the subject of a congressional hearing. So there's just been a lot of scrutiny around Facebook lately. And Mark Zuckerberg did respond, by the way.
What did he say?
Now, he responded to these claims. He did a post on his official Facebook page last night. He said, it's difficult to see coverage that misrepresents our work and our motives. At the most basic level, I think most of us just don't recognize the false picture of the company that is being painted. He said, the thing I saw, he also says, the argument that we deliberately push content that makes people angry for profit is deeply illogical. We make money from ads, and advertisers consistently tell us they don't want their ads next to harmful or angry content. And I don't know any tech company that sets out to build products that make people angry or depressed. The moral, business, and product incentives all point in the opposite direction. And he said, we spent the past 24 hours debriefing how we can strengthen our systems against this kind of failure as far as the outage that happens. He said, this was also a reminder of how much our work matters to people. The deeper concern with an outage like this isn't how many people switch to competitive services or how much money we lose, but what it means for the people who rely on our services.
I mean, it is interesting, though, because, you've read stories before where a lot of these tech moguls who invented these social media apps, they've banned their children from it.
Or limit their time.
Yeah, they've limited their screen time for it. They either banned their kids from it or limited their screen time from it. I remember when Apple CEO Tim Cook said, don't let your kids use social media. So, I mean, clearly they know that there's a lot of risk.
But you have that option as a parent to ban your kids. My kids are not on social media, my younger kids. I won't allow them to get it till they get to a certain age. So, I mean,
and they were trying to do that Instagram Kids, but it didn't end up happening. But Mark Zuckerberg also said in his letter, the reality is that young people use technology. Think about how many school-age kids have phones. Rather than ignoring this, technology companies should build experiences that meet their needs while also keeping them safe. We're deeply committed to doing industry-leading work in this area. A good example of this work is Messenger Kids, which is widely recognized as better and safer than alternatives.
And I'll be honest, my kids are in so many things outside the house. Like, I try to put them in everything. They don't have time for social media. Like, even my son who's 17, he plays football. He ain't got time for social media. He might be on maybe 20, 30 minutes a day. But between books, studying, and playing football, they ain't got no time.
I feel like I barely be on social media because I'm...
Yeah, I mean, if they really cared about humans, they would take breaks. It'd be like social media breaks, like social media apps would shut down for like a week, a month, just to give everybody a chance to reset their brain. But they'll never do that. You know why? Because of profits. You see how much money Mark Zuckerberg lost? in those 6 hours that Facebook
Yeah,
is
but
down.
think about
think they should
somebody
do that
like
either, though.
Boosie who doesn't
not?
like when his Instagram is
I
shut
don't
down
think they
because
should do that.
he's missing out on money.
I think it's to each individual person. I don't think everybody has a social media problem. And like
That's
you
a
said,
damn lie.
You shut it down for a week, and there's people that live off of it. That's how they create their business. And I don't think you should be able
These
to.
people, that's a damn lie. These people are addicted to social media and don't even know it. We all are and don't even know it.
No, I don't
That's
think
a
you should do
fact.
that.
And I guarantee you in the
Addiction
future.
is a strong word. I don't think everyone is addicted. You think
Addicted.
everyone's addicted?
Okay, next
No.
time you're out in public, just look around and look at what everybody's doing. I guarantee you most people are just sitting looking down at their phones. Just do it. Just observe. Go out and observe your surroundings. Whether you're in the airport, whether you're at a restaurant, guarantee you majority of people
I don't
just
feel
sitting down looking
addicted.
at their
When
phones.
they had the outage the other day, I didn't even know until somebody
Yeah, I didn't
told
know
me.
either.
They were like, "Are your apps working?"
Yeah, I
And
don't
then it didn't mean anything to me.
I don't think you could shut down for a week or a month. Nah, you take away people's rights when they can look at things and when they don't want to look at things. I don't think
What do you
that's
mean you
right.
take away their rights?
I don't think you should be able to shut. I mean, you're gonna shut down social media for a week or shut it down for a month for people's.
In order to reset people's brains?
No.
Yes, why not?
No,
It's like taking a
Things
mental
into-
health break because guess what? If somebody doesn't have the wherewithal to take one on their own, do it for them.
That's like saying, you know what? We should take the music away for a week because it got to reset the brains because some of these music has bad influences on
What are
kids.
you talking about?
Yes, it's
no,
all about
that's
bad
not what I'm
influence.
talking about.
Yes, it
no,
is. No,
that's a false equivalency.
I think you have a parent and your
and
parents,
how can you have freedom if you're a slave to your social media?
Who's a slave to their social media? Not everybody's a slave to their social media.
You're not paying attention then.
No, I am paying attention.
You're clearly not paying
I know
attention.
my kids and my family is not a slave to any of the social media because I make sure that they are not, as a parent and as a father and as a family person. I make sure that they are not, and that's my job.
I
You're not
actually
paying
feel like
attention.
I need to be posting more because I don't even think I post a lot. I'm not even on it like that. When I look at social media, when I'm trying to do my stories for the next day or when I'm checking things for work. But I could also just Google things and do it. It's just easier. But I could, like on the weekend, I'm not really on it.
I just think it's a very telltale sign when you see a lot of these tech moguls don't let their kids use it. That
All right.
tells you all you need to know.
Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Now, when we come back, RZA will be joining us. We're going to kick it with RZA, of course, from Wu-Tang. So we're going to talk to him when we come back now. Part 2 of Wu-Tang American Saga is on now, right?
Yeah, it's on Hulu now. They're
On
up to
Hulu now.
episode 7. They've already been playing 1 through 6. I think 7's out now also.
All right. So we'll talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.